Bring, bring, bring. Hey! It's not the flagellant.
While
Thank
the
you.
heart still beats,
Dead of Night is a
desire
heal.
will
Noxious
never
Blast
die.
is removed. Dot. That is okay. Sluice is just 50% chance every in. That sucks, but you can only go to the sluice once per run, so I was kind of expecting it to be somewhere over the course of your run.
Brined in noxious degradation.
Visit academic studies. There is a watchtower right there, but we want to go to the hoarder. Literally, this is why we're here. I don't think I want to fight the lair. We get double bleed, I think, is what we get from him, right? I finally picked up Dead Cells, and is just me, or is dodging and flawlessing bosses way harder than Isaac and Gungeon? In Dead Cells, it is way harder to get carried like you can in Isaac and Gungeon, so I would say it probably is harder. You have to really get the timing down perfectly for the flawlesses. Maybe that's just because I'm familiar enough with Gungeon, you know? That's my jam. Academic Study, Resistance Encounter, Academic Study, Hoarder, Memories of a Dream, Thought Experiment, Unique Trinket, Academic Study, Hovering Polyhedra. That's like a random token every turn, and we could put that on the Flagellant, potentially. An Unknown Reward, a Resistance Encounter. I like getting a lot of encounters, and I like the two Hoarders, so I think I'm gonna go that route. We don't care about this, but I mean, unique trinkets. Why would I not? Alternatively, if we bounce right, we can hit one hoarder at the end, but that's also way too many armor hazards. In fact, it's already way too many armor hazards. If I go this path, I run out of wheels immediately. Did you? Armor, 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 wheel, wheel, armor, armor, wheel. What the hell? Wheel, 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 armor, 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 wheel. What the hell? Maybe I can't go this route. Maybe I have to go to the right. Armor, 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 armor. No, yeah, don't go that way. Jesus, how do I get a route? If I go far right and go to the lair, then it's just armor, 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 wheel. But then we just get a bunch of question marks and not as much combat as I would like, but it's probably still beneficial to go that route instead, because I don't want to get armored out. Ugh. You know, it is possible that if we go this route, we can get a wheel replacement at the assistance encounter. It's a bit of a gamble, though. I think I'm gonna go do all of this combat on the right. I might not fight the lair boss completely, but I think we're gonna go to the right just because if we go left, we're gonna get caught. And I hate those encounters. What happens if you get armor? So when you lose armor or wheels, you have to engage in a roadside battle that takes one of your units randomly out every turn, and they can't perform an action, and they get vulnerability because they are taking their action repairing the cart, the wagon. So it could be the leper, it could be the grave robber, it could be the flagellant, and then they take their entire action to do nothing. And it's very annoying, and it's sometimes difficult, and I would much rather avoid that when possible. Then again, hoarder, which is also very tempting. We can get money and then visit one late hoarder, because we do have double trinket selection anyways. You know, we don't have to go there now. I would like to get more. Ah, screw it, let's do it.
Brace up. There's danger on this path.
I want trinkets, so even after all of that at the end, I'm just like, we'll just do it anyways.
It is
but
low indeed.
in theory,
To profit in destruction.
you would definitely not want to come this route. Get a cannon, we can't blight it. Yeah, I mean, the leper can still smack the crap out of it. I'm not too worried about, you know, the leper not being able to smack things.
A master
What a crit.
stroke. slow
Her crits
dissection,
are fantastic.
an unavoidable
This is
end.
going to be a lot of stress on... Oh, I should have used laudanum. This is going to be a lot of stress on our flag boy. Should have had punish because I could have killed him, but luckily he's just going after ye old leper.
The slow suffering begins.
Speaking of,
On to the next.
misfire. I mean, I'm happy, but also, man, you fired quickly on this turn. What the heck? Rude, McDude. Let's endure him again.
Lethality writ
Good crit,
large.
good stress relief, or what little we get. This is going to be a bit of a rough fight because there is so much, blocks every turn to chop through. But it's not going to be too bad. We just got to keep... I didn't use laudanum. We got to keep the stress down is the thing. I should have given him punish. I don't know what I'm doing not giving him punish. This is going to be a load shot, I think. So that might not be the best. 5 to 7, 1 to 4, 2 to 4. It's a load shot. I forgot to use laudanum again. Good God, brain, just do it. That damage could be pretty bad. Do you want to withstand and take another turn? I mean, we're not gonna kill it. Plague Doctor has the laudanum, I just keep forgetting to use it. Like a fool. Laudanum.
Compassion quiets the howling mind.
I like this turn order. We might be able to smack him for good. Don't want to do that quite yet. Okay. Leper, it's all you, buddy. Thank you, Sparkle Ball, by the way. Let's go.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest.
Earlier
of
in that
threats.
fight, we should definitely have used Revenge, because then we have a chance of getting a crit token at some point. +1 Mastery token as well. You love to see it. Okay, Hoarder coming up. Thank you for the extra money as well, friends. I will spend that at the Hoarder. I will take that cash from your corpse. Oh my God, how did I miss that? Like, I clipped through it. Screen, screen, screen. All right, Hoarder, give me stuff, please. Do you like the Wild Tea? Gain on resist heal. Grave Robber. Apply on hit if rank 4 combo. Gain on hit. Flashing daggers has a chance of stealthed. If not stealth, lower healing received. More damage per hero missing and more health per hero missing. Blight resist, very good for the upcoming fights. Healing given. Plague Doctor melee, no thank you. Nautical Compass is insane. And I actually really like this on the Leper. He can reduce his own stress and get value out of the crits and the strength. Death's Door. Fisherman's Net. You don't have one. Leper. Gain on move resist, stun resist, gain on crit 1 stress. There's a couple of things here that I do like. I also like the buttressing band for starting with a crit, but probably not gonna grab it. Pristine Lure can be good, but I don't think we're gonna need it for the final fight. Get your Den Scouting, Flame Drain, Rescue again. Okay, there's a lot to do here. No speed ups, unfortunately, but that's okay. Shimmering Powder could be used to give her speed temporarily, so that might be useful to grab, but I'd have to use 2 of these to even get to +4. Gain on miss trinkets on Leper is kinda yikes, says Connie. What do you mean gain on miss? because he has blindness. I mean, he has like a 90% resistance to it, so I don't really mind that. Oh, and it's just vulnerability. He can probably deal with that in theory. Dude, the trinkets are so cheap. So we like the compass. I like blight resist. Flashing daggers have a 1/3 chance of stealth. It's an interesting one. I gotta think. This is the good one because it's dodge when you're on death's door. Gain on bleed, blight, burn, resist, heal 20%. That is so incredible. Who's got resists? Plague Doctor has great resists. And I don't really care about their dark impulse, so I just give it to them. Leper. Nautical compass over the cleansing sensor. I like him having the resists. We don't have to give him the damage bonus. If he gets crits and strength, he's already getting damage bonuses for free. So keeping him not blinded is worth something. And then as soon as we use reflection, he's at 98%. No, it's 20, not 25. As soon as we use reflection, he's at 93%. If we give him food, he's at 98%. So I like that. No one's fast enough for this. I mean, we can buy whatever the hell we want. It's essentially free. I like Sparkle Ball. I also really like this because of the high innate resistances on the Plague Doctor. Blight Resist. We'll equip this for the Exemplar fight. That way the Leper can maybe put out some taunts when necessary. Because we're going to need taunts. I think I'm willing to dump the key. I just don't have any weapons. Or armor. So in theory, this is way better than this, but this has no condition on it, you know? No diseases yet. Maybe we'll use this though. Dump the one band. Actually, we'll use the one bandage. What else? What else? We have so much money, and there's another hoarder later, so we don't have to get rid of everything here. We don't have to pay for everything here. We can keep some stuff. Stack up some more light. Clotting powders is nice. Stacks 8. I think I'll buy those. Spending a lot of money, I know. I know! It's cost 1. Cost 1. I don't think I need that. At least not right now. Do I want to just give him these? Just healing given, and then if he ever gets down to death's door, he can do a crit heal. Negative quirk removal is nice. No one has negative quirks, but it is good. I am thinking about that. It's only 10. We don't need this. We just need to give her crits, which means speed, which is not here. Okay, I think that's good. So the Leper has debuff resist and nautical compass for now. If he gets crits or strength, we can take good advantage of that. Our Plague Doctor has a passive heal if she resists something, and then Sparkle Ball, which is pretty nice. Grave Robber still has the ring. If she ever does crit, this is still like really good for her. If first in turn order, which is gonna happen somewhat frequently, she'll get a strength bonus. Might be worth giving her like, because that's not gonna happen frequently. I mean, it's relatively frequent. So it's probably worth more than a damage upgrade or something. Flagellant has Healing Given and Death's Door buffs, but removing negative tokens, removing combo, and then also enduring is still pretty good. What counts as a negative token though? Is this a taunt? Let's find out. Because if that removes taunt, that doesn't seem very good, does it? Everything else we'll fiddle with later, including the blight resist. We're gonna have to like completely reorder everything that we have in our combat items when we fight the boss, but we'll figure that part out later. Right now, we have a straight path. Taunt is negative. Are you sure? Because sometimes you don't resist a negative token, and it's removal, and sometimes you want to be taunted. So will that remove the taunt from the flagellant? Skymal says 100%. Okay. It's unfortunate. Yo, 4 laudanum. Because I very much do not want to remove taunt, so we might not want the trinket, but I bet my 42,000 channel points. We'll find out here, because this is a good place to test. You've got bandages, you've got linens, you're gonna get a lot of tokens, you're gonna get stress, but you can remove the stress, your abilities are fine, you've got the personal heal. Still don't know if I want emboldening vapors. I've got the vapors. Her abilities are just fine. Like, this is gonna be very good for her. I probably will, however, equip the Blight Resist, considering where we are. Put it on you. Get rid of the Mortal Ward for a while. If he taunts, then he can just take all the Blight hits from everyone else. And if you resist it, you heal anyways. You still have Sparkle Ball. You're good. All right, let's do the fight. You desperately need it. Now let us smoke him out. Smoke him if you got him, boys. Spent a lot of time thinking and considering, but I'm searching. You know, I'm searching. Oh, it's an elite. I'm searching for particular items to find on this run right now. Little Blight. It's actually a lot of Blights, 12. You should resist. Well, you've got like a 50-50. Jaws of the Battalion. That's a bleed. That's a heavy bleed. My God. Self-block, target, disease. Feel like working on that dog first, but flashing daggers is still probably the way to go. Purges multiple dodge tokens too. Also not that likely to apply the Blight. We haven't found anything that is Blight piercing for her, but I guess that's why she needs to be stealthed, isn't it? Isn't it? I still haven't given you Punish for some reason. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, I really should. Whatever, do it. Taunt. Taunt, baby, taunt!
Mental, but deadly all the same.
Reflect first, or like revenge first? Or withstand first? This is the first turn of combat. Give me the withstand first. I'd rather have double blind than base vapor, says Connie. Well, I don't plan on actually using them. That's the thing. I plan on just plaguing. Also, we get blind sometimes out of Sparkle Ball. Didn't even really think about that one. Good crit. Resisted the Blight though. That's okay. Mournful Howl. That's 3 stress and a stun. Oh my lord. That's also a stun. But we resisted it. Again. Goodness. We are just gonna have him reduce his own stress, I think, at this point. He needs it. He's doing a good job, though, of... And remove the combo. He's doing a good job, though, of tanking the hits while we work on everyone else. Can't seem to blight a couple of these guys. You have a strength token. Let's use a bandage. Honestly, if you want to hit my backline, do it. I just gotta do damage. More laudanum, should be doing this already. Good stuff, 11. So you're dead in 2 turns. You probably have a death's door, though. You're dead in 2 turns. Nasty amount of blight, or it's getting there anyways. You haven't resisted once yet, Plague Doctor. Just saying. Bag of Tricks is running out. You'll be fine. Hopefully. You're not quite dead. Gotta hit you. You resisted one? I didn't see it, which means it didn't happen. Flanking Harry. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Luckily, I can eat a corpse, but that's a lot of damage. You are dead, but you do have 50% death's door resistance. You have none. You know,
all heroes are
Noxious
human.
Blast will purge all of those DOTs. Also laudanum.
A simple kindness.
That's pretty nice.
Incremental.
Should probably put up a more. I'm just trying to kill the
Deadly
dog
all the
because he's
same.
annoying. That's nasty amounts of stress. That's annoying. It's a lot of stress though. What am I supposed to do? Kill the dog faster. Shut up. I also can't hit the dog from this position, unfortunately. So we should probably start considering things like get that revenge going. It stressed him out? Oh,
There is
no, that was
beauty
nautical
in
compass,
our
you dummy.
imperfections.
Right, makes sense. Let's use the bandage. Let's use the acid rain. Scream, scream, scream. I do have the glint in the dark ability, so maybe I can just let her get the one-hit KO on this guy. In which case, we should maybe do a more and some undyings. Put up a taunt. There's more laudanum. Keep working you down. Good sparkle ball. I was kind of hoping that I'd get to that corpse before you, but I was not admittedly paying too much attention to the turn order, and it's also not that big of a deal. Glint. Okay, so it says ignores death's door, but it still has a 20% resistance in the bottom right corner. I'm assuming it won't miss. I'm assuming it will kill.
Impediment. Cleared with
So that is an
impunity.
assumption. Nice, we're stacking up some bonuses. As soon as we kill this guy, the next wave will spawn. Leper's gonna smack him. That's a, I guess this is where you want that grog. That's a lot of debuffs. Good lord. It's okay, the Plague Doctor can remove those. I need to hurt myself on this turn. There we go. Nice heal. Doing a good job, Lepor. Do we want to withstand for the next round? I think we do, because we are about to... Actually, we might be like 2 turns away from going to the next round. I know it's slow, but we're just purging stress. This guy's just sitting here. You know what? If it crit, it could have killed him. Murph and Turf, welcome. You've been watching me play Elden Ring. I'm on Renala. I haven't played Elden Ring in a while. Renala is in the central castle in Lernia Lake, correct? I've been thinking about doing another Elden Ring run, but I don't know what I would do. Like soul level 1 or something? We could, in theory. Let's spawn him. We got 2 actions.
Simple variable.
It's a lot of dogs,
Easily
though.
Resolved.
All right, let's taunt. And he says randomizer. That's a very good point. That'd be a lot of fun. Wow, if it lands, it crits for 44. No! Damn dogs. After all that build up too. I want that crit token. What do? I just lose it on a dog. Damn bloody dogs. Convergence mod. Isn't that just an Elden Ring mod that makes the game harder for no good reason? Everyone's a game developer. Rhea Lucaria. Right. I couldn't remember the name of it. I remembered what it was, just not where it was. Guess we should hit him. We've got a big heal. No? I might be thinking of a different mod then. Man, I miss her getting the crits. It was so nice when she got crits. Now she doesn't, and I'm sad. Oh, I'm also sad at the freaking leper missing constantly. Oh, let's do another more. Keep working them down. Thank you, Sparkle Ball.
Measured and steady.
You miss. There's one like that, Eclipse maybe. I thought it was Convergence. I thought that was the name of it. I'll acknowledge, though, I'm not exactly caught up on the Elden Ring mod meta of who's making what. Fight's taking a little while, but we're getting there. Just hit. You hit for 9! Well, I did say I just wanted him to hit. He did hit, so. Hey, now we're back in the correct order. The dogs, they just, because they get so much dodge with every attack. Dodge. Dogs. Really freaking hard to kill them. Get rid of that nasty bleed. Maybe work on relationships.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
We're getting there, though. Slowly but surely. They're also resisting a lot, because we have no blight piercing with her. And these are very blight-resistant enemies, unfortunately. Let's toss out an Endure. Hey, finally.
A petty hindrance.
Now, Grave Robber, please. Oh, we got a crit built up now. Do you have other Soul series on YouTube? I have played Dark Souls 3 with all of the DLCs. I played that like 5 years ago, probably at this point, and I played Dark Souls 1 Randomizer, which was a lot of fun. The game almost soft-locked many times. Like, well, hard-locked, I guess. I almost found myself in a situation where I literally couldn't continue the game. But I was able to get around it. Exclamation mark, YouTube says mud. They know where my YouTube is, mud. I need commands like YouTube Dark Souls 3, you know, direct link to the playlist. I suppose an Undying is not unwarranted here, but I also just want to freaking murder this guy, but we can maybe just throw a poison dart at him and kill him in 2 turns. He's gonna eat a corpse anyways, so let's let him eat a corpse. I guess I want to eat a corpse too. We don't need to. We don't really need the healing right now. And the blight has run out. The other value with her critting is that it indirectly, well, rather directly, increases the likelihood of applying the DOT. There we go. %. I guess we should probably try to get the kill. Just, a little more laudanum. This didn't go too badly, it just took a while. Luckily we didn't get like the spiders, annoying enemies that crit constantly. This wasn't terrible. Guess we'll endure again. It is technically -1 stress. What would be nice if endure lowered stress, or if someone else could lower his stress, but that is not the case. Convergence is the good mod, it adds a ton of content. I wonder. Wow, through the blindness and the dodge. It's okay. Two HP. Laudanum? No, we are actually out of laudanum. You know what? I'm glad. It means I've actually been using it correctly. You don't have a melee attack. I am stupid. I got rid of your melee attack for some reason.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Corpse Clear does heal the Plague Doctor. I just didn't need it.
Sweet reprieve.
Discounted
Until the
stagecoach
next
items.
test
Oh,
is put
good.
before you.
Fantastic. I'm sure that's gonna help me at the mountain. Okay, what have I... This, 4 more laudanum, should have equipped it. What do you have? You have Acid Rain, More, Deathless, Undying, and Endure. If I get rid of Undying, I can equip Punish. I suppose we don't really need it because we do have Deathless. For a longer fight, I could see this being helpful, for like a boss fight. But for the fights in which we are hopefully killing the enemies in a couple of turns, Deathless is just a, hey, I need an emergency heal. We don't need both that and Undying. Now, I did not pay at all attention to whether Searing Scripture removes taunt. Probably should have. Also don't want you to have negative banter. I don't know, let's just buff your healing for right now. All right. If we go to the right, we lose wheels, and we're gonna have a lost wheel encounter at the end, but we might be able to get more wheels here. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna lose all of our armor, but that's not a big deal. So I think we do go to the right and go to the unique trinket from the thought experiment. I don't know what the unique trinket is, but I'm willing to find out. And also, by going this route, we have a better chance, bad for stress, of, you know, not losing our old freaking wheels. Or rather, we just need 1 back. More light, nice. Our light level 60, or sorry, 76. I guess we don't need it because we are just going to this encounter. Multiverse 2.0 in way too many hours to complete. Oh God. I simply must make use of those nails. Positive quirk or positive trinket? What is the trinket, do you think? Do we want a positive quirk? I mean, we don't. You know, you're full up. So we should probably go for the trinket, just to see what it is. I need speed. Precision Striker is also
Amidst
pretty
the
good.
spoils,
Apply on hit,
artifact
add
of
1 negative token or 1
unparalleled
positive
power.
token. So hitting enemies is more likely, very likely to apply a negative token, but it could randomly apply a positive token. It's tough. That's a
The
tough
loathing
call.
Whispers.
Feels like it might be pretty good on the Plague Doctor. You know, toss out a Sparkle Ball and a anatomical map. You're applying a lot of debuffs. Here's another question, though. Is Taunt a negative token? You know, that's the question. Sometimes it feels like it acts as a negative token, and sometimes it feels like it doesn't, because you would never want to apply Taunt to an enemy. On an enemy, that's kind of a positive. Although Segas Jr. does say yep in all caps, so... And he said this is the one that constantly gives enemies Taunt, so I guess it does count as a negative token. That does seem like it could be kind of annoying. So maybe we don't want it. Maybe we freaking don't want it. You ever think about that? I have 4 burn salves. Unfortunately, no one burns. Using that for now. I should equip this before we go into combat. That way we're not stuck with the negative for forever, really. You got a lot of linens, so we could try this for now. Oh, you can't get more than 95 disease resist. Oh. I didn't notice that until just now. Mobilize, combo, stealth. Doesn't give combo. First turn order strength. Gain on killing blow and extra action. Apply on hit a negative token, positive token. You know what? Screw it, you take it. Alright, where are we going? Left assistance wheels.
A simple
And we
choice.
kind of need this to give
At
us
least it
a
should be.
replacement wheel. So that later on, at the end of this biome, this region, we're not stuck getting ambushed.
Mind your
No,
wheels.
no.
They have nothing left to
Get
give.
that out of my inventory. I do not want it. Hey! Well, you don't need the relationship. We need it with the flagellant, although he's got a lot of stress. It might be worth it just to let him, well, have a meltdown, but I'd rather not.
Facing oblivion. These folk have kept their honor.
Plus 1 wheel.
Have you?
That's good enough. That's good enough. 93 light. We got our wheel back, so now we're not going to get locked down in this biome. We're just going to go straight to the academic study. I'm just going to dump a stack of candles so I don't have to fiddle with my inventory as much. I'll fiddle with the trinkets when we get into the next combat. I'll be like, I don't know again. Maybe I want this, maybe I want this. And never, ever, ever make up my mind.
Rummage through the shelves, laden with echoes of indistinct
Positive
ideas.
quirk, positive quirk. You have no positive quirks, so I actually feel like we do it on the leper, and if it raises his stress, it's not a problem. But I guess he has 1. 7% melee crit chance on Precision Striker. Let's give him another. Cosmic Hater. That's so good. Hold on, I wanna look, I wanna know. Lower damage taken, more damage. Gain on hit, -1 stress, that's pretty good. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, another hoarder. Let's go. The Infernal Flames are going to give way more candles than
They
one stack of 4
prostrated
anyways.
themselves
I
before
mean,
the
if you end a run with
primordial
8
power of the
candles, you
obelisk,
get like 80 from the
were
run. So
rewarded for their supplication.
stockpiling those candles, it's good if you're just trying to grind out unlocks, but you don't really get that much. You'd be much better off, statistically speaking, getting rid of the candles, taking inventory items like in items that you want to use later for like the final boss, and using those to give you a better chance of winning. I think. Burn resist, HP, Fisherman's Line, Fisherman's Net, Flagellant Key. If health is low, more damage, Punish steals a positive token. Dude, that's actually exceptionally great because the upcoming boss does have a lot of token generation, blocks and dodge tokens. The lower bleed resist sucks, but he can hopefully just, you know, work his way through it. That's exceptional, I think. Punish just steals a positive token. Got the foreclosure notice again. Maybe we should have bought all of the good trinkets so we don't have to see him again, you know? If first in turn order strength. I think I'm gonna dump this. I think I'm gonna dump cleansing sensor. We should dump something else, like all of the light that we have. We don't need this much light. Dump the light. Maybe dump bandage or something. Hold on, where's my combat items? You can hold these, dump the bandage. I got a noisemaker at some point. That on you, we'll use it in a fight just to dump it. We've got a lot of heals, we can just work through those at some point, but I'm gonna use the laudanum first. In items, want it, want it, want it, want it. Trinkets. I'm very indecisive about the whole trinket situation. Anyone have a disease yet? No. I should just dump the freaking key. Dump the key, get it out of here. I'm gonna take the bleed resist. I'm gonna take the emancipation. Connie says, one of these days you gotta take the tablet and purposefully kill your other heroes. I know that with the Flagellant, this is an instant win. The Flagellant will be able to solo the entire game with this, because all of his heals are going to heal him for like 200. So, well, no, we're healing for 30, so this would up that healing to 90 every other turn. So yeah, I know Thrilling Tablet is absurd, but kind of why I don't want it. One of these days I should experience it, admittedly, but that day is not today. Dude, we need the whiskey barrel. We're gonna buy that. Kind of feel like clotting powders and maybe even neutralizing powders would be nice, but I think we're okay. Got 4 of them. Wouldn't we rather have 6 for the boss fight though? It's super helpful. Okay, for 10, I'll buy those. They stack. So 26 baubles and lots of stuff to buy. What else do we have? When moving, no. Nope. Lots of bleed trinkets, but I guess that's because we're in the biome for bleed. Having said that, I now think we should have actually gone to the other biome. We should have gone to the Fetter, because we could have picked up blight trinkets, which would have been nice. I don't think I want any of these. Stress resist on our friend, the Stressmeister, could be pretty good. Come on, it's on him. I feel like we don't need the healing given trinket. Like, we haven't used it, like, at all. Like. Favorite and subscribe. Okay, dump the candles. Dump the candles, get him out of here.
Up ahead, the seat of our regrettable research.
Well, hopefully your regrettable research keeps giving me nice quirks. So far, so good, actually, on that front. Wish it was a little easier to get plus inventory capacity on the stagecoach. Scipio Cyan, hey, welcome. How's it going? What's going on today? Caw, got the new badge. Finally got a 6-month bulletkin badge. Nice. Thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great day today. Combat items trinket. I know this trinket. It's every turn you get a random token. Random token. So it could be weakness, it could be vulnerability. Removing a negative token at round end on the flagellant actually does seem like a pretty good combo for that. Seems like a meme. It is a meme, but there's ways of removing negative tokens, quirks, and trinkets. So if every turn we remove a negative token, we just get the good token every turn. In theory. So that's one possibility there. The other option was, what was it? Combat items. I don't know what the combat items are. We have so many trinkets. Let's go for the combat item. What is it? What do we get here?
Abandoned or forgotten.
Clear all
It is
skill
ours now.
cooldowns, ethereal dust.
The loathing festers.
So we could use that to get like another withstand or another revenge. Or another more, or another, well, not really anything here or here or here. So that doesn't actually seem particularly beneficial. I think I'm just gonna dump it. I just don't think I need it. I'm gonna dump the healing given and mortal ward. I'm gonna dump ethereal dust. I just don't see myself ever using it. Like, I have cooldowns of 1 and then withstand on the leper, but I don't need him to attack any more than that. Or to withstand any more than that or anything. We're gonna go for the combat, and then we're gonna go probably loathing, and then cultists. Connie says, I find it funny that there's a quirk that gives plus 7% crit to only melee, and then there's one that gives a flat 15% crit to everything. I guess that is probably a rare quirk, if I had to imagine, which would certainly make sense. We need light. We're gonna put light on you. Get rid of the noisemakers. And we don't need this right now. Oh, we're actually getting into fight right here. Never mind. Precision striker. That's the one that is 7%, right? Yeah.
The sea. Let us
What's nice is when you get the
withstand
ranged one on the leper. That's fantastic. Very friendly. Well, I guess you can afford to ruin your relationship. Don't know if the rare quirks have different rarities. I would assume that it is less likely to appear, not just good, but you don't get it often. Who knows? This guy crits, so he's gonna be annoying. Oh, apparently you crit too.
agony by accumulation.
Resisted the stress. Let's go. Put the stress on him right now. I can probably kill this little acid baby. Get that stress down, my friend. Get that stress down.
The fiend's strength.
5 blight. So you are dead, and you have not wasted your action. You attacked me for 1 stress. It's like you knew. Actually, you just can't do the whetstone from the 3rd position. Think we can kill him? Possible. We need a better turn order to kill him, but we can try. Taunt. Well, it did do what it said on the tin. Use light. Use light. Use laudanum. The days! I think that was from Sparkle Ball, too. That's fantastic. Thank you, Sparkle Ball. Sparkle Ball! Sparkle Ball! Learn, learn! Dude, keep hitting the leper. He loves it. Sparkle Ball S tier. I actually really love Sparkle Ball. It's a good. Didn't use light. It is a good trinket.
Small acts that drive back the darkness.
Days, another stack of vulnerability. 55 on a crit. I have to try. Just because that's an absurd amount of damage. We got another crit from the Nautical Compass. I also really like Nautical Compass.
Of harm.
Because if you put it on someone who has a personal stress heal, like the Grave Robber or the Leper, you get those crits constantly. For free. It's a lot of bleed, but we can purge it.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Let's purge all of it. He's dead in a couple of turns.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
And actually, you're dead now.
They falter. So press your
He's more
advance.
likely to blind, but we have the milk-soaked linen. We can remove
An
that.
inkling of potency
We can
still
also give
lingers
him
in some of these
better resists
well-worn
by
relics.
using the reflection. So losing the trinket that gave him debuff resist is not a huge problem, I don't think. Admittedly, though, like, he's doing enough damage on crits. Not needing to use the linens would be kind of nice. Let's get to that for now. Yes, I mean, I want to go middle anyways, but we need to reduce the stress on the
At
flag.
least we know what's coming.
And we'll use some more pocket lights. Let's reload. No more laudanum. Oh, I dumped the rest of them, didn't I? Yeah, it's fine. Just want to use as many as I can and not forget.
Shadows of what they once were.
Shadows of blah blah blah.
This is heavy stress. That's unfortunate. But we'll just stack it up on the leper, I hope. You're fine. You can handle some stress. I think I'm gonna go for the poison dart because it is more blight, and I want to focus this unit down. Good, not stress. So I'm trying to not more him, because if I more him, he's gonna get hit by the freaking crit combo here. I want to be very, very cautious about this. I've not yet gotten any relationships that negative his stress, which is a bit of a problem. Revenge or withstand? Give me the... It's only one taunt. Revenge? Give me the revenge. We resisted the debuff, which meant that we kept the block token too, which is nice. It's not that bad stress.
Stumbling and
It's an annoying stun. You're dead. Let's kill you. Did I equip the thing that
heroes
steals
are human.
trinkets? No. Round N, remove a negative token though. I'm just gonna toss in a deathless.
Small foundation of trust.
Keep everyone alive. Okay, you're dead. You're stunned. You've given out a meaningless buff, you idiot. We have a strength token. We haven't gotten a crit yet, so I kind of just want to withstand. And then maybe just reduce stress and then just kind of stall. Oh, I had laudanum. I should have. Oh, I was stunned. I couldn't do it anyways. Because at this point, we are basically just trying to reduce stress. The blight can kill this guy in a couple of turns. His friends are dead too. Freaking dummy. And I didn't realize this, but I really like Deathless in this situation if you don't want to use the Flagellant as a tank. Right now, we're totally fine just letting the Leper take the shots. We don't need to clear the corpse.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Yeah, at this point, we should probably chop once. Well... yeah. High end of damage, which is very nice. We can spend, a turn here, reducing his stress if we have to. Glint in the dark cannot be used from this position, I'm realizing. Interesting.
Bravo!
Outside of the Tangle, the extra DD hasn't been much of a problem. Even in the Tangle, it wasn't that much of a problem. Stress resist? No? Okay. Though you know that I just jinxed it with the Exemplar, says Connie. Except now you've double jinxed yourself. Now that Exemplar is going to be insanely easy, even though I misplay magnificently. So, thank you. Although now that I've acknowledged it, now it's going to be hard. Although now that I've acknowledged acknowledging it... One more fight. Just keep this up so I can look at that number. This number should really be in the corner. Your total inventory capacity, just like right here by the inventory. That'd be nice. My path lies. My path to deliverance lies through them. This is interesting because if I flee, we lose relationships, but only one on this dude. If we do it on him, he loses relationships ×2, but we get into combat. So I'm just gonna get into the combat. Our relationship floor is 4. I've got whiskey though. Maybe we can crank that up at the inn, we hope. What is this man? He's got a pirate hat. I've never seen him before, I don't think. Who are you, pirate hat man? The Hull Keeper. Are you sure he's not the Crypt Keeper? The Hull Keeper, Riptide, hits everyone with bleed, barnacles, and a debuff. +1 bleed duration dealt. Oh, that sucks.
A slow dissection.
What a jerk. What an absolute jerk.
An unavoidable end.
I mean, we're not going to kill you before you act, so... Gain on crit. Although, I guess hitting you does reduce the possibility of you critting in the future. Resisted, unfortunately. You are vulnerable, though. So that's a push. And a bleed. I don't want you to crit him. Got a Shadow Fade next turn. This is an annoying combat just because of the push-arounds we're going to be getting from it. And these enemies having the dodge and having multiple actions and the crits, and oh, now we're blinded. Sodden Rigging is a stun and a debuff and a debuff and a bleed. Stop stressing out my flag. I totally forgot to equip any inventory for this fight. It's dumb. Because I really want to hit a Plague Grenade, but I think I gotta heal him.
A calculated
It's a
generosity.
good heal, at least.
But a welcome one, nonetheless.
And you've gotta, at this point, reduce your stress and clear that blind. He's not getting strength tokens, unfortunately. Endure, punish, can't even deathless. He's gonna be able to move next turn. But I kind of like the idea of just moving now and then just having
All heroes are
Grave Robber
human.
do an attack. It's gonna cause a barnacle, but like, what won't? Might be focusing the wrong enemies because these guys, with their double actions, they're just... Gain on crit 2 bleed dealt? They're stacking up the bleed damage. And they're a lot faster than I am. I'm gonna move. I'll just let her do the damage hits in the back. Stop.
Hold fast.
Stop
For he
it!
knows what lurks in the beyond.
They're just critting him over and over again like jerks. You jerks. Resisted the blight. Good, good. So they hit him again. They are just focusing him down. Jesus. I mean, at this point, I have to hit. I have to hit something. That's not a lot of damage. And we gotta get the Plague Doctor to clear that blight or the bleed now, because he is getting hurt. And I can't seem to get him in position to more either. And we're just taking a buttload of bleed damage on everyone.
A little help impeccably timed.
This is not going very well. These guys are still alive. The blight has already run its course and they're still just kind of kicking it. At least you're dead now in a couple of turns.
And now,
Grave Robber's on
the
death's door though.
greatest Test of
That's such a...
all.
Oh no, please, don't. It's been a good run up to this point.
By accumulation.
This one fight has been annoying though. Don't do it. Oh, she can't purge a corpse though. She just has to go for a kill. Ugh. Light him. You! She lived! Please, please! Just kill someone. Wow, I did not expect this fight to be the one that's ruining me here.
Steady yourself.
I mean, we're gonna have some meltdowns too. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So definitely toss out a Deathless. Good God. She's taking 6 bleed for 7 turns. Are you effing kidding me here? She's taking 11 bleed for 7 turns. I feel like I've just gotten behind the 8 ball here. We just can't do any damage
Fellowship forged through
at this
toil.
point because I'm just healing constantly because they all just lived off of death. They all just resisted the blight constantly. They don't even have that high of a blight chance. So kill one of them. Thank you. Finally.
A steady subtraction.
You can eat corpses
an
later.
invariable Result.
At this point, I don't care about the freaking meltdown. I'll heal him later. Just, God. He's also unable to act, unfortunately. Also don't know if he's bleeding. Gain on crit, plus 4 bleed duration, bleed damage dealt. You kidding me? Okay, you're not bleeding, are you? You're not bleeding. Ugh. Oh, and also, you buff the bleed, and then they buff the bleed duration. F this fight. F this fight. This fight sucks. This fight is misery. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the best option is for keeping everyone alive here. I feel like I need to keep the last remaining battlefield medicine. Could heal her to keep her from dying in one hit, but she can stealth and kill a corpse on the neck on her turn before this guy crits. So cleansing your own bleed might be a little bit more beneficial here. See, this is when I would actually really love to have Undying. Fortunately, I do not. Can't hit the front. You can hit the front, but you're not gonna bleed him. Correct. I think we purge your own bleed. You're not gonna move him. You're probably gonna... You moved him! I hate you. I hate you so much. So this is a heal. I mean, the poison dart's not gonna kill this freaking fishmonger, but we gotta pull him forward so we can kill him, I feel. And you're just gonna kill the leper on this turn, probably. Oh, he lived! But he's bleeding! And I can't purge it! I'm pissed at myself because I forgot to equip combat items. I literally just forgot. 56% death's door resist, and that's as good as it gets, unfortunately. I just completely forgot to equip them. And I'm an idiot for doing that. An absolute idiot. And I think the leper's gonna die. At this point, it's almost a guarantee because we've been getting good luck up to this moment. So he's going to die. And then we're gonna walk into the exemplar fight. Oh my god! Now, where do you go? He's gotta, he passes. He passes turn. Don't forget about that mechanic. Okay, he's living. Holy hell. This has been such a poorly done fight. I hate myself for this. I think at this point, though, we might, oh my god, and the Moor was so bad value. Oh, thank God. We might be ahead of the curve, but the Plague Doctor has to move back so the Leper can do a Solemnity. Never mind, that'll work. $12 Blight. He's dead. Does he have a Death's Door? 50! Should have focused on you. Move back. Solemnity. I wish you could Solemnity from the back, but... That's okay, okay. He's healing up. You're on death's door, you're weak. You still might push, though. Okay, that's actually good. You didn't crit, so he's gonna live. With 1 HP! That's all we need, buddy, that's all we need. Okay, good freaking Lord. This was terrible. And it's all on me. I misplayed this one to such a severe extent. And forgot to bring in combat items. But we're gonna make it, and we're gonna have to fight an exemplar immediately. So that's fantastic.
And effective.
I can't believe no one died.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Good God. Okay.
The loathing
Equip
abates.
the freaking combat items, you moron. We want blight resistance powders. Actually, we want you to have healing. I want you to have healing. We need blight resist powders, and then you need to be able to attack. We're also, I think, going to dump Punish for Undying. That extra regen heal would have been very nice to have, and this could keep someone alive. Sepsis is also kind of tempting, but Shadow Fade, you have Dead of Night, which you can use to kill a corpse. I would like you to have Absinthe as well. We don't need Flashing Daggers. This fight is one big unit in the middle, so you can take Absinthe. Noxious, Battlefield, Indiscriminate, Plague Grenade, Emboldening Vapors. Excuse me. Might want to give you something else, like a Disorienting Blast, I guess. Although, I don't know why I would ever use that. Maybe a Blinding Gas? Okay, and then you need to have the Blight Resist. You are still fine. You can remove combo with Endure. You can remove combo with Reflection. Punish deals a positive token, but we don't need that quite yet. This adds random tokens, which could be good. Your speed is still low. We don't need Punish. We don't need Bleed Resist. We don't need Debuff Resist. Don't need damage. Okay, just live. Just freaking live, okay? I was hoping it's not ordained. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Can they be ordained? Well, now that you said it. Probably can. Oh no, loathing!
The loathing whispers.
Stress is high. That's fair. We will just try to survive. You've got good blight resist, so hopefully you don't get blighted by the prelude. But you also have the pretty decent death's door resist. I guess why do you have negative 15 death's door resist debuff? Is it because you triggered death's door? So did she. She doesn't have that negative penalty. Maybe if you trigger it multiple times in a combat, it starts stacking up, but it doesn't show in conditions that that's the case. Whatever. All right, let's do it. This is gonna freaking suck. Linen, neutralizing powders, healing salve, healing salve. Okay, so we want to taunt up at the front, give them the healing salves. Meltdown, okay. Yeah, it doesn't show it though, which is weird. We're probably not even gonna be able to kill these enemies though, because we are moving last on this turn. Oh, you know what? I should have brought Intimidate too. Frick, that's a mistake. Well, let's figure it out. Let's live, hopefully. Because, like, we could try to blight this thing to death. We'd have to hit it for so much damage, though. I don't know if we can. Like, we just don't do that much physical damage, and it worshipped immediately because we're slow. So I don't know if we should even go for it, but if we hit the boss, it's just gonna heal anyways. It's gonna purge all the DOT, but maybe we can get some damage done. It is ordained,
Let us take a
by the way.
closer look at the
So it's got all those buffs,
repulsive as it is.
which is annoying. Probably want to open just with the taunt, though. So let's start opening with taunts. The dude up at the front is blinded, unfortunately. Because even if this crit and put up 10 blight, it's not enough. We need 2 turns to kill him, but we're not going to get those 2 turns. And this guy could get an extra action! Wow, I hate this fight. If we had the speed from Absinthe already, we might be able to do it. I kind of like this, though, just for the dodge tokens. And we're not going to do that much damage, because the worship is going to happen. Unless, hold on, can we disorient it? I didn't take it! Yeah, okay, that's a mistake. So you should take Disorienting Blast, that way you can push it to the front and daze it. That's a huge mistake on my part. Because then we could have pulled it to the front and smacked it with the leper. Yeah. Okay, well the taunt is up, so... I mean, do you even go for it? Jesus. Plague Dog, it's got a speed of 9. There's no way that we can move before it does. Crap. Well, we'll stack up debuff tokens on him, hopefully. You can take the neutralizing powder first. Well, at least... Well, actually, this is better. Not by much. If we have inflicted daze with Sparkle Ball, maybe we could make it happen, but we didn't. And this guy is gonna just combo that, but luckily he's gonna have a hard time blighting us at the very least. The fall is gonna happen immediately. We should probably withstand, because we want to reflect later. Although no, we have the trinket, so he's gonna purge the combo immediately. So we should definitely withstand. Will it purge the taunt? Let me pay attention. It does purge the taunt, which is fine. It's fine. So he's gonna absorb this thing, and as a result, he's gonna purge the blight that he currently has and gain more regen, and he has 3 actions. Hate that. And forgot about the riposte. They forgot about the riposte. Well, in that case, at least we weakened him and vulnerable him. And we've got good blog tokens on the leper. So that's a combo. Leper is not going to get an action though, so he's not going to be able to purge it. So he is going to get the combo off, which is annoying. We have the taunt active, so I kind of want to throw that out and then throw out an Undying in the back. We could have attacked, I guess, and triggered the riposte, which would have been nice. You can become stealthed. That's not bad. We are going to immediately get another enemy being summoned. I hope it's an evangelist, because we can actually hit them. But it's going to be next turn, which I guess is good, because we'll get as many actions as possible, in theory. I do think we probably want to attack. Dude, we're going to get another meltdown. I kind of like the reflection just for the stress relief. But I also want to get rid of those ripostes, and they're a good unit. He's a good unit to do that because he's got all the resists. That's why I wanted the heal, Exaltation on the back, and it's a cherub with a dodge token. Hate you. Let's use the other healing salve.
Dragged back from the brink.
And let's more. Or do we taunt? No, we gotta purge the token. Good stuff. You resisted! It's okay, we can probably get you. Wow, that's already run its course, huh? But you have 101 blight resist. And you're stealthed, so give it to yourself. Now you've got the blight resist. Toss out a plague grenade, Dad. Thank you for actually landing it. Now we can kill the cherub, then work on the big guy. Okay.
A calculated generosity.
Hate that
What
you're
a
gonna get
welcome one, nonetheless.
another. I hate the taunt.
This
I'm glad I healed you.
to falter.
I hate that the leper is, yeah, probably gonna get stressed. It's okay. Well, it's not, because the relationships are just so bad all around, but sure, there's a heal. You got a strength token out of it, good. You're dead. And this is the fall.
Once again, teetering on that.
He just gets
terrible
too many actions. I
precipice.
just can't deal with it. I need time. I need a turn. It's okay, you healed yourself. I guess that's pretty good. I hate this freaking boss though. Is that a wasted combo? Oh my god, your health is so bad. That is a wasted combo. It is gonna go away. but we need to heal. There's the taunt. We gotta use the taunt, unfortunately. That's a negative for that trinket that we had, of course. We do need, I think, to guard. Should have given him another stack of the resists. Why do you have 132? I guess I used this on you twice, which was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead, block. You'll lose one of those taunt tokens. Chop for 16. Not as good as I was hoping for. You inflict more blight when you kill the corpse, so let's do that. It's also a heal and stress release. There's some stress to go along with it, though.
But deadly all the same.
You're vulnerable. You're gonna take a lot of damage, but you are pained. So... Oh, I didn't... Oh, no, this is not a punish fight. Acid Rain still hits him, too. Deathless. I actually do like Deathless here.
A little help, impeccably timed.
Just because of that vulnerability token, I know this is gonna hurt. And he did get blighted, unfortunately. Now you can have this.
Empowered.
One turn too late.
Emboldened.
I mean, we gotta do some damage. I don't think he clears his blight on his worship. I don't think we have to worry too much. Do we withstand? I don't think we need to. It's revenge. Start getting tokens. That sucks. You did resist the blight though, because you still have that thing active. You just have to move. At least I prepared for this fight better than I did previously. More. Yes. You want to more? Take a hit, combo, I can push you back, then he can't fall. This is gonna be an awkward turn, but I think it is worth doing. Because I don't want him to fall again. So the taunt will absorb the next attack, he won't fall. Then I can move. Which will prevent it. Costs us a stealth token, but that's not too bad.
Measure out your violence, then apply it judiciously.
Also, you didn't actually utilize the taunt with anything. No falls. Withstand now. Chop. Chop. 28.
Fight through the fatigue.
Oh, he's alive, and he's got the pain. And the stress isn't doing too badly right now. It's good blight damage. That's the fall though. And that's a death's door, but we do have the Plague Doctor moving first. That's why I'm not worried. Battlefield medicine. Okay, pain is active. In that case, do you endure? Do you undying? I think you probably... Did you already use withstand? I think you did. I can't see. You probably... undying someone. Gotta keep that Plague Doctor alive, just in case he preludes again. That's not a lot of health. It's a crit! Finally! Revenge worked! Petals must fall, and all exemplars must die. Holy crap, we did it. I cannot believe it. Our relationships are in the crapper.
An inkling of potency,
but we might
still
make it to the
lingers in
boss.
some of these well-worn relics.
Debuff resist and damage. You know, it's tempting to want to put that on the leper, but I don't want to reduce his health too much. For right now, though, we're just gonna get the heck out of here. Used all of our healing items. Oh. Now for the boss, I want to make sure I have Punish, but we don't need Punish right now. Actually, we might need Punish. Yeah, he does have Cosmic Slayer, which is why that landed. He just slayed him, which was really good, because normally that guy has 100% resist. So thank you, Flagellant. But we might want to have Punish now, because if Punish steals a positive token thanks to this, then we might want to start equipping that. I mean, the upcoming fights are going to be easier than what we just fought there. The boss is probably going to be easier too. Oh, nice, stress relief. The important question though is, can we buff the relationships enough? Like deck of cards, roast pig, more whiskey. We need it all. We need it all.
The fire is lit. The table is set.
Stagecoach items are discounted.
Awaits
Way,
its
yay.
favorite guests.
Cosmic Hater, Precision Striker, we already know those. Last, Gasp, +4 speed. We've got the way of making the guaranteed crits. Misses the mark, turn start, chance of days, sucks, Kleptomaniac, Darkly Curious, all bad. Cards are gonna be worse. But, oh good. Okay, thank you. Plus 20% positive relationship chance, -3 stress, 50% stagecoach item prices. Let's go. That's so good. And there's so much whiskey. Well, I say so much. There's only a limited amount of whiskey, but it's good enough. Songbook, wild tea. Oh, this is a good shop.
The next stop is leagues away. Plan
Very
accordingly.
nice. Okay, any trinkets? Well, there's 2, and I don't want either of these. Although I will say, turn start 10% chance crit is pretty good. But if we can buff speed, which we can't, we could have gotten enough speed to get guaranteed value out of that trinket that I've been holding onto for so long, but I can't get enough speed. I just don't have things that give me speed, game. You've given me no combat items over the course of the entire run that produce speed, and I kind of hate you for that. Nope, we have Songbook. We can do it. Oh, yes! The speed can be done!
The inevitable end of your journey awaits you.
I've been saving it forever.
Once
Well, I
again.
used it in the first region because I used the thing that gave me speed, and then I found this. Now I can actually utilize it correctly, though. Put it on the freaking leper, hopefully. If not, then the grave robber, and just get all those guaranteed crits out of it. There's 2 books, so we can gain at least 4 speeds to put her to 8, but I also have 1 book which gets her to 10 at a minimum. And in fact, +6 on the leper gets him to 5. If we get the +3 from that book, then we can give him 8 and then give him the crits every turn, which is nice. So there are a few things that we can try. First of all, though, plus stress book. We have to fix these relationships. Perfect. Do it again. I will spend my money on this. This is worth it. There was only 1, but there's still these. Okay. Whiskey? Negative quirk removal. Tuckered out. Darkly Curious, Kleptomaniac, misses the mark. Yeah, misses the mark can go. Don't get rid of Cosmic Slayer, though. Good. You know what, let's use this. Pyrophobic removed. Oh, it has a chance of doing each thing, not... that makes sense? It doesn't make sense? I don't know. Regardless, it removed Pyromaniac, I guess, is good. -1 stress. Do we have anything here that raises stress? Looks like the answer is no. Still have 83 relics. We can buy stuff. I'm not worried. Do we have any food? No! Oh god, we should buy food.
A bit of comfort.
Surprised we
on the
didn't
road
find
to
any,
damnation.
but I'll take what I can get. Then we want, I think, speed book now. And then we'll buy another speed book.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
And then, oh my god, it's 8 speed. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Burn, 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 burn. +1 burn damage dealt. You're gonna be burning, you're gonna be blighting, you're gonna be applying so many DOTs. Because I don't think we're gonna get the leper high enough. It's currently at 3. I would need this
Sometimes it is wiser
to land
try anew,
on
fortified
speed.
by trials past.
But it's also strength and crit anyway, so let's give it a go. Cultomaniac, and then a buff. The buff was 5% in, I think, from the Blasphemous Idol. We could do it again. We could do it again. Him having the crits is worth more than her having the crits. Frick. I'm gonna roll the bones. Speed of 3. It did not work. We have now a 5% chance of a strength token, which we can already guarantee. Bit of a waste. Is there more speed that we can give? Let's see. 2. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's okay, though. That's okay. I feel good with what we have. I will continue to buy Visky, because we have relationships to fix. Flagellant needs a relationship fixed with the Grave Robber, although I'll admit, if I can just buy one regular whiskey, that's a little bit better cost. Because now it's at 9. There's no chance of it going down. Oh my god, yeah, this one. Although the chance of a negative is only 3% thanks to the inn, I would still like to improve it though. Leper and Plague Doctor. Alternatively, maybe we can buff another relationship. No, just go for that one. Actually, no, I have 2. Let's try it. Beautiful. Oh, perfect. Well, you know, what's done is done. Gotta roll the bone sometimes. I have $4 remaining. What do we do with $4? Guess we'll buy like 2 laudanum, probably. Turn start 10% chance crit is also pretty good on the leper, I gotta acknowledge. I mean, we can buy everything and then just dump what we don't use, because, you know, it's all free. All right, so we're gonna equip
Experimentation.
on crit burn,
Your academic instincts serve you well.
which is pretty decent. We have a few more mastery tokens. Deathless for a better heal's pretty decent. I'm gonna want Punish, I think, because it steals the negative tokens. What we do not need is Acid Rain on that fight. We use Acid Rain and then swap to Punish. We don't need Flashing Daggers, although maybe holding it for now is okay. Although we're gonna ideally get the poison. We don't need Poison Dart crit. Flashing Daggers would be fine. We would want Absinthe. This boss does shuffle, so Shadow Fade is actually pretty tempting as well. But we probably don't need it to be upgraded. It's probably fine as is. Noxious is better. Dot. I see the value of Disorienting Blast now, obviously. Having a shuffle that you can toss out on a back line and move them forward is pretty nice. Ounce of Prevention is pretty good on the fight. That bleed resist. Blinding gas is also not terrible. Break, ruin, intimidate, you, purge, chop, revenge. 15% chance of a crit. If I give you the ring, it's like 25, 30, roughly. Connie says that shuffle has switched the back line one position over. In my experience, the game hates me. Well, hopefully I get 2 on the shuffle. Purge. We don't need purge. We don't really need intimidate. This boss does not get good value out of taunting. He just hits the front or everyone. There's like no in between. If we had a lot of movement resist, I would say ruin. We could always just grab ruin to stack up damage, I suppose. But in between revenge, withstand, and then chopping, I want him to be doing damage, not ruin buffing, but it still might be worth doing. Break could be nice to break all of the block tokens on the boss. Problem with that, though, is that the leper is the slowest out of everyone, so he's probably going to go last anyways. So everyone else can just go first and then break the tokens that way, and then he can hit when all of the blocks are gone. So probably don't want more bleed against the boss. It's a very weak amount of bleed, admittedly. Not even from an upgrade perspective, but just from taking it perspective. I don't know if I'm gonna want Ruin. I do feel like Deathless is pretty okay. Sepsis is pretty good as well, but it will remove the DOT. I guess that's not a huge negative, but I could just let the DOT trigger. You know, it's only a few turns, and we stack up a lot of damage quickly. Maybe that's actually a valid reason to have Sepsis. You know, if we can do 50 Blight, 50 Blight, and then Sepsis, that's nearly 100 damage. We might be able to, like, skip a phase of the fight. I don't remember what phases of the fight were which, but if we can get in position to Sepsis and then skip, like, the second phase where we get the stacking bleed debuffs, third phase is going to be a little bit easier to deal with. And I think the third phase has dodge and the second phase has block, if I'm not mistaken. We probably don't need endure for the fight. So let's go for the Sepsis and probably the Deathless. These heals are really nice to have. That
Listen.
seems
Practice.
okay. We have $4.
Improve.
Guess we'll probably take laudanum. No more in items, lots of trinkets, and baubles paid for in blood. Let's look at these trinkets now. Buttressing band, nautical compass. We have enough milk soak linens. He's not going to be blinded most of the time, I feel. And if he is, we can just purge it. You take laudanum and reduce your own stress. Bleed resist clotting powders is nice to have. We have some adrenaline tonics on standby. That's nice. Purge tokens with that. Trinkets. Nautical compass, buttressing band. I like these on you. I need you to crit. Stress resist. Probably don't need that much anymore. Remove a negative token, remove combo. Probably don't need that much anymore either. I just need you to block and tank. So like bleed resist and then minus bleed resist. Punish steals positive token. Your punish can steal the block tokens that he gets. But is that such a big deal? Wouldn't we rather have his prison? So every time the boss hits, we have a chance of inflicting more blight damage throughout the entire fight. It's not that much more blight damage, honestly. Battlefield medicine could also be a good upgrade with a double DOT removal. Good point. We actually have decent bleed resist, so I'm kind of hoping that we're not going to need it. 50% damage minus 33% max HP. 55 HP. $37 HP, but more debuff resist and 50% damage bonus. I feel like we actually are better with the crits. It's more damage bonus with more HP, and then with the value of getting blocks and dodges and whatnot. A strength token is 50% damage bonus. We get that with revenge. Now it'll stack, obviously. We could just revenge with that 50% damage bonus, but then he's a little less tanky, which I'd rather avoid. No diseases, can't use this. More as a strength token. I don't know if that'll work with sepsis. It's worth trying, I suppose. Could also give you this for the debuff chance, admittedly. Maybe for the fights leading up to the boss. Because 4, anti-bleed should be enough. And he can always reflect and then get the bonus for a few turns. It's not a huge deal. In fact, we still have 2 of those. Yeah, I'll just do it like this for now. So I think you're set. I think you're set. You're definitely set. You have the speed and you have the crits for this. You have Sparkle Ball, you have Fate's Foreteller, and your bleed resist is 50% already. It's pretty good. Could also get rid of Sparkle Ball, put the guaranteed bleed resist on the Alchemist here, Plague Doctor. That way the tanks are tanking the damage. But I like the idea of having, a bunch of bleed resist on the unit who's probably going to be trying to taunt as much as possible. Taunt and heal other people. Although maybe that's actually a reason for him to have the lower HP. Which actually is a good point, now that I think about it. Bleed resist of 20. 10, you'll have 30, 50. You're not gonna bleed with this, which is totally fine. I don't know, does the boss have like a single target attack? I don't know, I don't remember. I mean, once you buff your own bleed resist, this will be fine. All right, I'm gonna hope for the best, at least. Okay. I think I'm ready to go. This is all we can equip anyways, so let's do it, let's rest. And after all of that, 1. At least it's a positive.
While the heart still beats,
Absinthe is a heal, Noxious is a remove dot. So, we don't have to worry about Battlefield Medicine removing the DOT. Absinthe is something that we are going to use for the boss fight. Up to that point, though, we'll just use Dead of Night because it is stress relief. You're good, you're good, you're good. I will revisit our item selections once we get through these combats, but I think this is what we're going to be using. Hello? We'll get there, we'll get there. I wish I had more pocket light, but I do not. Well, no one really cares, so go in. At least it's easier than the Exemplar. Should be anyways. Yeah, you're blinded. That's why you have pocket cloth, I guess. Don't need to use clotting powder. Save those. Could blind. I think I'd rather just go for the kill on the Herald. He's very, very stress-y. We dazed, we immobilized, pretty good. Might as well. Haven't even upgraded Acid Rain either, but I just haven't really felt the need to.
a slow dissection.
He's dead.
An unavoidable end.
That much death thanks to the DOT is hard, but
On
we
to
did
the
it.
next.
I hate to say it, but I might want to put bleed resist on the leper, because I don't want him to ever spend a turn healing, so we might just let his revenge be the thing that actually gives him... That doesn't even show you the upgraded version. That's such a poor menu. We might just let the revenge be the thing that gives us the crits, that or nautical compass. We could keep him with the cleansing sensor, but also to stack up that bleed resist would be nice. He gets his own bleed resist with stand and ounce of prevention. I'd rather have him with more, though. Regardless, let's taunt up. We'll get there and then do one last bit of fiddling. That was the upgraded version? No, it's not.
All
Revenge, the
heroes
normal
are
version.
human.
This menu is pointless on your characters because it doesn't show you half the information you need. Not a big fan.
A master stroke.
Okay, so there's the burn that we apply because we crit. Last lot of them. Yeah, not if you right-click your guy, but you would think that this would also have up-to-date information. I bring it up every time, but it takes me out of the moment because I'm like, oh, wait a minute, the developers never put the right icons in this menu, and so it takes me out of the experience for a minute, and so I mention it because, well, it's just jarring to me. I guess Undying could keep the DOT going on him, even though he's going to be bleeding in theory. And he's got the block tokens, which will counteract some of the damage from the DOT, which is nice. Let's put out a more. What button is that? Alt? I have it set to middle mouse button. I think that's what it's Alt middle mouse, one of those two. Good blind. You're taking 20 damage per turn, so you're already on death's door. We have enough of these, we can use one. And then... That's why I need those crits. We low roll the damage on that one. It's a lot of stress. You only have 4 HP. I want to grab the corpse before it disappears. Do 4? Nice. Might not die. 25% resist. There we go. I just wanted to hopefully avoid the worship. Not like we had too much damage done on this guy, but
Agony by accumulation.
it is not a stress move, which is surprising. Should have maybe done the revenge earlier, but we had things to do. He is ordained too, which is annoying. You know what? Go for the blind. I should try to use blind more on the Plague Doctor, because if you can avoid the attack, you avoid everything that follows it. The stress, the damage. I never do that, but I feel like I should. Thank you. You actually crit normally. Well, I mean, you do have that plus 7% chance, but then you also have, oh, I thought you had a negative crit chance. Maybe we removed that earlier. That's a possibility. Honestly. The regen's going, it's another crit. You know what? Well, it only does 5 damage, so it's not going to penetrate Death's Door, unfortunately. Oh, because you take lower damage from range on this turn. I hate you.
A breakthrough.
I mean, it's not gonna work and you're on death's door, so I think we'll just, that's not gonna work. Whatever, purge the bleed.
This wound, at least, has
Leper's got a
been
block
tended
token.
to.
Ugh. Dung 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 dung. We will, I think, try to purge some of that stress. Thank you, Nautical Compass. Might have to spend some actions in the next combat purging. Kind of hoping it wouldn't kill, but I don't trust a 50% chance on the leper's turn. That guy's just gonna do more stress.
A spark.
Everything he does is stress. All right, so we used the laudanum, used one of these. We have one more linen in our pocket. Should also probably just use the one healing salve, but there's no reason to. I don't have any more combat items, so if we can save it, let's save it. All right, one more. Like him more, like him. He's a good guy. He's one of the good ones. This one's got an altar. I hate their extra turns, but we are moving before them. Thank you, speed buffs. Let's get some damage done. Any damage is damage. And that's a nice daze. It means that the DOT from the plague lady, who's not the plague doctor, will actually occur on his turn. So he should be dead. 11. He's got to get hit for 1. Oof. We'll just start purging stress on this one. Yeah, it's really nice that these fights don't have advantages. They're just normal fights. I hope the boss doesn't have an advantage. Dear God. All right, you kill him.
A master stroke.
Before he gives anyone else extra actions. I'm not getting the
All heroes are human.
not getting the crits out of this. I'm not worried. It'll happen. Maybe we could focus this guy down, but with the cure and the regen is probably going to keep him alive. I'd rather just smack and smack and smack. Let's do a withstand. Did get a crit out of that finally. Well, not finally, but out of the Nautical Compass. We might get a meltdown. If we get a meltdown, it's not terrible. Oh, moving to the back is pretty bad.
Press on.
You gotta move back. Even if they get the one worship out, you gotta move back. I need the leper to purge his stress constantly. And I need you to put up a more, so I'm tempted to heal you. Actually, an endure might have been okay there as well, but the leper can handle himself, hopefully. That's more stress. This guy, I mean, he is basically just stress man. Stress man. Back to full health. You're dead though. We will kill you with the grave robber. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about you. Not solemnity. Reflection. We're probably not lowering stress faster than he's increasing the stress, unfortunately, but it's fine. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So that's a kill. Dude, glint in the dark. That's a nice little ability I'm realizing. Pretty nice. Let's do a blind. Again, maybe I should value that blindness a little bit more. I mean, it's been working out pretty well. You're just gonna keep stress relieving until we're done, basically. Thank you, crit. Crit and a combo, which we don't need, but like, whatever. Stun resist is very low. Can't you stun resist? Or, sorry, can't you stun with the blinding gas? No, disorienting blast. And we've already, we don't have it equipped, so never mind. I guess we'll just hit.
Malaise.
Resisted
Measured
the blight.
and
I've never
steady.
been more disappointed. It's okay. It's a good, that's a super heal, because we resisted pretty much all of that.
There is comfort in company.
Now we can reduce stress as much as we want with Endure. All right. Hopefully we'll kill you with... Maybe we should have done that on the previous turn, because then she could have maybe gotten the kill on her action. I don't know. Doesn't matter. 3 relationship. At least no one's like super negative on the relationships anymore, but our relationships are so bad. It's kind of funny. 30. I'd rather go for the hit. Oh, you have a... You're guaranteed KO on him anyways, so I should definitely have you do it.
Though unpleasant in the extreme, this work is noble and necessary.
All right. Used our last heal. Oh no, we didn't. Potting powder, adrenaline tonic, healing salve, milk soaked linen. Now, I want ounce of prevention. I'm gonna dump plague grenade for it. I'm not gonna get rid of disorienting blast. I want absinthe. We're dumping dead of night for that. I want punish, and I want the punish trinket, I think. 0 bleed resist is a little scary, but it will increase it with ounce of prevention and with the clotting powders. I think I'd rather put this on, I guess I'd rather resist than heal. There you go. Yeah. I'd rather resist the damage from it than heal when we resist it. Makes a lot of sense. Gain on miss. That'll happen on a dodge as well, won't it? He's got his own block token generation thanks to this stuff, so it's not that bad. And he'll resist it a lot of the times anyways. Yeah, sure, this is okay. I'm gonna stop fiddling with my inventory. Let's do this. All right. It's been fun regardless. We had our ups and our downs, and we almost died several times, including due to me forgetting to actually equip my damn inventory items on that one fish fight.
Malign temple of the Iron Crown.
Let's fight the boss. We will probably get punched a lot, but that's okay.
Ambition
54 light, wow, that's lower than I thought it would be. Ideation, you're the combo. I forget how this works. Oh no, so phase 1 is the block. Phase 2 might be the dodge. This is why I want punish. Punish and then steal a block token. Setback ignores dodge and does double damage in combo and stuns, but only in the front.
All heroes are human.
So you know what? It would have been nice to have the endure that would steal combo, because then we could steal the combo from someone else, and then it'll just go away on his turn. So that would be nice. I kind of have forgotten what this guy does, but a lot of bosses in this game, so you know, bear with me. That's the only burn we're gonna get on the leper. Not worried.
What can
He does
we
not
learn
bleed
upon
yet, so there's no
closer
reason to put out anything. We Smack. We gotta punch through these block tokens anyways. And he's pretty
Measured
susceptible
and
to
steady.
blight. And this is guaranteed to land, because it's going to crit. So that's good damage. Now the shuffles might get a little annoying. Fair. I guess ideation on you is probably what we're looking for. You can do a lot of damage though. Oh, you got a block token. You'll be fine. I didn't equip Punish. What did I equip? I forgot to equip Punish. Did I not get rid of Acid Rain for Punish? I'm dumb. Must have just canceled out of the UI for it. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Tell you what then. I suppose putting out there some taunts will work pretty well. You're gonna punch me anyways. The double damage one combo scares me, but if we're faster than him, maybe we can just move back. Just toxic 3 times. Yeah, I hope so. Oh no, it's ideation, that's good. Although, she is gonna get freaking punched in the head. Actually, wait a minute, if we hit... No, he's gonna roll. He's already taking 20 damage, all we have to do is 2, and this will do 2, and then we move to the next phase. Yep, okay, so now we just need to shuffle. Because of where we are, I don't really want to move forward too. Kalesna, thank you very much for the resub in this climactic boss fight moment. Kaka, thank you. He's gonna switch to the next phase and punch. I don't know if he combos. It scares me. So I might just do this. Moving forward means I'm just gonna have to move forward with the leper anyway, so let's just nip that in the butt, bud. We'll nip it in the nipper. So we have a crit. This is where we shadow fade. And every turn you're gonna convert dodge into crits now. Well, you don't have any on this turn, which is lovely, but you do get 1 action. And you only get 1 action per turn, and you're highly resistant. Our crits should hopefully get around that though, even if it does take a while. And this is your bleed phase, so we need to start putting out those bleed resistors. Okay. Start with the shadow fade. Puts the leper up front. Precise intent. That's the bleed debuff. We resisted it on the leper. I didn't even think about that. Contempt, you're next. Withstand or chop. Oh, my dude does have dodge tokens. What? Precise intent gives him the... He does it at the beginning of the turn, but because he did it on this turn, we... Ah, oh, frick, man. He's gonna get crits out of that, I think. Because of how the turn order worked. Yeah. That's extremely disappointing. And scary. Don't die, anybody. Live. Live. You're contempted. Do that to yourself and then flee. I have an idea. Bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna try not to die. He gets 3 freaking actions. He can hit for 12. He's gonna give himself dodge tokens and then immediately get crits out of those, which is annoying. We just want to chop. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. We've already revenged, we've already withstood. I guess you'll hit. Good damage. You did get a dodge out of it.
This is no
Crit for
time to
27
falter.
sucks, but you did resist the bleed as expected, as hoped. Precise intent's gonna go off.
Hold fast.
And then he's gonna get more crits.
In the beyond.
It's like, because we're faster than him, we can't remove his dodge tokens. Having speed has screwed me. Okay, you need those. %42% chance of landing, debuff resist of 20. Feels like maybe a blinding gas. We need the combo. We have a higher chance of a crit, but we're critting anyways. I do kind of like just a heal and then a taunt here. We're going to almost certainly get stressed out. Hope, I don't know. I guess I hope he does precise intent, because then we have a chance of actually purging his dodge tokens, but he crits hard and we've got to get through him quickly so that we don't take those crits anymore. Because that's gonna hurt. You know, I think we do remove the bleed on the leper, because the leper, right now he has full bleed resistance, but he's possibly gonna get stressed out.
A little help.
So let's try to make sure he doesn't die to a death's door. And that's technically a crit, which just means that it has more chance of applying the plus duration to the bleed, I think. I don't want to use the crit. But you have a dodge. Go for it. Resisted, but we did some damage. Oh, he's living. He's living. Have one of those, bud. You know what? The leper can finish this immediately. We can get to the next phase. 1 damage? Leper, what are you doing to me? Congrats, you just, well, we resisted the debuffs, luckily. Leper, what are you doing to me, bud? What? Leper is gonna need a heal as soon as he gets crit one more time. We don't need to crit here, so I think we use this, which will use the crit. What do you have for combat items? Clotting powder. But you're not bleeding, and you have the bleed resist. We gotta heal him, actually.
Relief comes rarely in these times.
And then this will trigger the next
Savor
phase. It's essentially the beginning of our turn, so hopefully we'll get a bunch of turns before he gets any. He still has the crits, though. So that's a lot of stress. Oh my lord. 2 resolutes in 1 run leper. Big win. That is a big win. Thank you. I needed that. Okay, now we don't have to heal him. He should be fine. You can resist.
Cooperation is the key.
Just spread him out. We don't even really need to heal anymore. He does have a riposte. We're not gonna get bled though. Oh, you did crit me though. I was not expecting that. So do you taunt or do you undying? I guess you probably undying, because he hits everyone. He doesn't hit, yeah, he hits literally everyone every turn, so. I guess we'll just give you a heal. I really didn't think it would do that much damage, but it did crit, admittedly. Speaking of crit.
A master stroke.
He's half dead. That doesn't, it death blowed in 1 hit. You know, I can't, well, these fights, don't they have like lower, yeah, they have lower death door resistances anyways. And we got so many death door resistances earlier, I can't really complain, but also, should not have attacked. Should have maybe tried a blinding gas instead.
Measure out
That
your
crit
violence
freaking ruined
and
him.
apply it judiciously.
And you have more riposts. You know what? Heal yourself. Wait a minute. That did not go as I had planned, because now I don't really want to attack into you. Because you're just gonna riposte me to death. Alright, you know, in that case, then Absinthe. It's okay, you know, I'm just playing the system, you know? Another one bites the dust. Luckily, we, I think, are going to win, and I think we'll be fine. Just gotta block. Buff up the leper, and then smack. Their posts are gonna suck. He's gonna blight himself off of the flagellant anyways. There you go. That does it. It's 28 bleed for 5 rounds. I know it's not actually 28 for 5, but good God, that's so much.
Steady.
I mean, you're dead, so... Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me. Keeping things a little tight. I mean, the thing is that the leper is just so good. The crits are fantastic. He's a tank. He buffs his own block. When did you... Wait, you should... Oh! There's so many rules to these fights. That's an auto action at the end of turn. It doesn't count as an action during the turn. Last grasp, he just does automatically, and it isn't shown in the turn order. I was wondering why I was confused by that. Now I understand. The reason is because it's confusing. Well, it's not that confusing. You just have to understand what the hell's going on.
For everything you want.
Good run, though. We completed it and defeated the boss, and only one person died. This is actually, it's a hard boss to remember all of the different aspects of the phases, because that is an auto action, but the second phase doesn't get an auto action. When it spawns, though, it can immediately get the dodge tokens, then turn those into crits. So there's a lot going on there. Who died? I don't know. Whoever the plague doctor was. I forgot. Oh, it was Connie.
An ocean of
Connie the plague doctor.
Slowly swallowing.
Because they were like, I used a physician and it was pretty good. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna use a physician. A bit anticlimactic after the drama of the last region. The exemplar is harder than bosses, for the most part. Especially when they're ordained, but yeah, I think I've died more to exemplars than to bosses.
Hearts and minds.
That's not true. I mean, we just got a lethal KO there because, you know, that fight has -20 death's door.
Wisdom will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will
we go.
ensure you survive.
The final Infernal Flame, though, has been unlocked. So this one did give us 10% max health. The next Infernal Flame gives us -20%. Worse relationships. Meltdowns are worse. Traveling Flame Drain with the monster advantages and the debuff resistances. It is the worst one, the hardest one, and it's probably gonna get me killed, but it'll be fun. Why don't we upgrade some stagecoach skins? I don't really care too much about the
Look to those
timeless
who have known
wood.
fear and failure.
I don't know, do they have any like
in ample
quirks that we would
portion.
like to lock in? Oh, I can look at them. Dude, Precision Striker, Cosmic Hater is pretty good. Cosmic Slayer was nice. Tangle Tactician and Scrounger. But I'm just gonna continue to re-roll these characters, and then once we actually start doing the Grand Slam, then we'll set up a party for that specifically. So I guess with 38
Study
that we
the
have,
winding roads and routes of our kingdom.
there's
Find
nothing
any
else to
advantage.
unlock except, I guess, alternate things in the mountain. Oh my god, it's so slow. So you know what, Leper? We'll unlock some outfits for you.
Variety. Superfluous.
A new
for
weapon
some,
skin.
a
Yeah, on
necessity
Confession
for
5
others.
too. Tempest. He has a painter?
Permutations
Monarch
of an
weapon. Oh, these
idea,
are different weapon kits for
iterations
those
of the
different
soul.
layouts or loadouts. So the Monarch and the Tempest and the Poet now have their own, like he's gonna hold a painter's palette, I guess. That's interesting. Deadeye. That's a path, right? I think it is. Night Sworn, and then the last one's Venom Drop, I think. There you go.
Tools and
Yeah, they all have
trappings,
their own unique kit.
the regalia of a
Interesting.
life. Let them be properly
Mix and match as you
attired for
please.
the
I wonder if
apocalypse.
it's automatically selected though. That way I don't have to actually worry about it, which would be nice. And you know what, Plague Doctor, you did good even though you died. Alchemist. Alchemist. Maybe I have no idea what actually happens. And then we'll just go here. Bloop, bloop. Good. Fun run. I had a good time. Destroyed the 4th boss. Thank you, Leper. The Leper's damage. I mean, it seems to be that that's how I've defeated this guy on multiple occasions, because if you can land those crits, then the phases go by very quickly. He doesn't have that much HP per phase. He just gets a lot of things. Block tokens, dodge tokens, crits, knockback in the 1st phase. In the 3rd phase, riposte. Riposte is 3rd. Yeah, riposte is 3rd phase. So lots of things to remember about the fight, but not that much HP per phase. And I like the Leper for that. I gotta remember though, 2nd phase is the one where he's very resistant to the DOTs. You don't really want to wait in the phases. You want to defeat the phases as quickly as you can. The crits help significantly. Very much so. That's why I had a good time when I fought him with the blood, because every hit from the blood was a crit and landed, so we were able to get through the phases exceptionally quickly. It would be nice if I could remove those dodge tokens before the boss turns them into crits. But I suppose what I should be doing for this fight is bringing combat items that I can spam, things that'll purge dodge tokens. Maybe apply debuffs, maybe lower resistances in the phase with that noxious ichor or whatever it is. Would be a lot of value, because it would either purge the dodge token or apply a DOT or both, or rather a debuff or both. And then we could not worry so much about the crits that he applies. Although, if he only has 1 crit, he uses it on applying the debuff at the beginning of the round. He has like an auto action at the beginning. It's not an auto action, but he has 1 action during the turn, which he uses the crit, and then another action at the end of turn, which is an auto action. No, that's true for the 3rd phase. For the 2nd phase, it's all normal actions. And that's where it gets a little bit confusing. You have to remember what he does in what specific phase of the fight. And, if I'm not mistaken, Man-at-Arms. I feel like the Man-at-Arms would be very useful for that fight, because he can remove not only the crits, but the ripostes as well with Bellow. So I should really be thinking about the Man-at-Arms for that fight. You'd be extremely, extremely handy. Man, it sounds horrible here because of the freaking lagginess of it all when you mouse over anything. Good run, and for now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Darkest Dungeon 2, where we should be doing the final 5th confession with the final 5th torch, and we'll see if we can't make it work.